In the San Diego School of Creative Performing Arts, musical productions are managed yearly, with students from all majors participating in order to bring forth the performing arts of the school. Though what usually gets overlooked are the musicians from the pit orchestra, who are normally in the room under the stage. Which is why I went to their second rehearsal for the pit orchestra of the current production Anything Goes, to interview students on their experience from participating in the orchestra.
The thing about musicals is that you're learning so much music in just a short period of time. So as a musician, it really forces you to expand and try to work harder as a musician. You force your mind to all the rhythms and all the notes and all the key changes and all the time changes as well. And so being in a musical just makes you a better musician and also gives you experience of playing along with singers and actors and dancers.
The music for musicals are actually harder than regular orchestra music, or there are a lot more technical things like key changes and faster tempos, which I personally haven't really experienced before, so when I learn through that, it lets me take on like bigger and harder music.
It gives me an opportunity to read a lot of music, get good at sight reading, to get out of the house, hang around people that I wouldn't normally hang around. They give us the book at least a month before the show, at least a few months of rehearsal, and I practice at home. I don't really have a consistent okay, I'm going to practice an hour every day. It totals to be a good at least 20 some odd hours.
Yeah. This is why we're supposed to look at this.
Typically you should practice at least a half hour a day, a song a day or something like that. But being a high school student with taking AP and honors classes, that doesn't happen as often as I would like.
Okay. All right, let's do it one more time, 209, and then what I'd like to do is pick 209 up a little bit, and then we're going to finish it up. Here we go. 209, 1, 2, 3, and.
The hardest thing about playing for a live audience, at least from my perspective, is trying not to make mistakes, and when you do make mistakes, just letting them go and continuing on with the show.
You have to be super familiar with your music because you have to watch the conductor because it has to be extremely precise.
221, ba ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da, right? Ba ba da 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 ba.
Following cues in general is harder because you need one eye on your music and one eye on the director, memorizing what notes you have to play right at a cue, and also listening to actors as well, because sometimes even your director misses things.
And once all the rehearsals have been finished and they are going to present finally with the entire group, they play in various places.
I know over the summer we did a musical in which the band was right next to the stage. And so, we were kind of visible the entire show. Now, there's other things in Little Theater, it's the same deal. You're right next to the stage. But then there's other shows where, last year we also did another show where we were actually backstage. We weren't in the pit because we were kind of a smaller band, but we were backstage. And although we kind of had a little cameo during the bows. And for Anything Goes, we're going to be playing in the pit. So it could really be in a lot of different places.
We play in the pit. We play in a hole underneath the stage. And it's dark and kind of musty smelling, but everyone in the band is there, so it becomes we spend 2 weeks down there every day after school, performing for shows. So, in a way, it kind of becomes home.
The musicians also shared with me their various experiences as playing for the pit orchestra for other projects.
Well, I started with Schoolhouse Rock the Musical. That was something else. Rocky Horror Picture Show. That one was fun. Shallow Alice, or Superficial Alice, I'm sorry, they changed the name of it. That was over the summer. And then now this, Anything Goes.
Well, I've only played in 2 musicals here at SCPA, which was Chicago and Legally Blonde. Now, Legally Blonde, I did have a more important playing part. I also was a better pianist at that time, so I could play a lot better. I could play my music more. But Chicago, I had the opportunity to sit on stage with the actors and the dancers and singers and everything. And even though I only got a view of their backs, it was still an incredible opportunity.
In the end, the orchestra has told me that they feel like family for having gone through so much of the struggles. Here are some of their anecdotes.
My favorite part about being in the musical is the people that I play with, because we all have the same goals and they're all really nice and really funny and really talented, so it's nice being around them. So that's my favorite part.
Like in the end, when we're starving and like spending money at the front for food and helping each other out, and it becomes like family, and you become just closer friends with everybody. It's so much fun. Like, I honestly love playing for musicals, no matter how much I start to hate it in between the struggles. So it's an amazing opportunity. I love it.
Watch Anything Goes. It comes out in April. I think the matinee is on April 12th, so come watch it, because everyone, I'm looking in the camera.
No, it's fine.
Okay, because everyone is working really hard on the musical, and it's really great. It's a great cast, great band, so come watch it. Yay.